Welcome to the Candle Business Coach podcast. I'm your host, Kirsty Allen, the Candle Business Coach. I'm a mum of three, kindness advocate, and your go-to coach for building a thriving candle business. If you're not getting consistent sales in your candle business, then I have something for you. I've created a free guide called the Candle Maker's Blueprint to Consistent Sales. It's an in-depth guide that shows you exactly how to turn your products into profit without the guesswork of what to post on socials. Click the link in the show notes to get your free copy of my 35-page blueprint and start getting more orders today. Welcome back to the podcast, my friend. In today's solo episode, I'm going to be chatting about why your website and your Instagram account might be the reasons why you're not getting many sales, and that I have a solution for you. It's called the Candle Business Breakthrough, which is a new service that I'm offering, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. If you're not getting consistent sales in your candle business, there's a very good chance that your website, or even before that, your Instagram is actually the problem. So it's not your products, it's not your pricing, it's not even your audience, it's actually your website. Now, I know that might be really frustrating to hear. So in today's episode, I'm going to be walking you through the different things that I'm seeing when I review candle maker websites, what's likely holding them back and what is likely holding you back from converting visitors into customers, and what actually makes a difference. So settle in and let's get started. Now, I've been the candle business coach since 2022, and in my time, I've seen a lot of candle websites and a lot of candle Instagram accounts. And there are a few patterns that tend to come up. The first one is that your Instagram account or your website is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. However, it's a little bit confusing. For example, I'll look at Candle Maker's Instagram account and I'll see a mismatch of different things. It isn't actually clear what that account is for. It might say in the bio that you're a candle maker or that you have an e-commerce store, but unless you've actually made it clear throughout the images, throughout the grid, then it can be a little bit confusing. Now, I do talk about in other episodes and with the candle makers inside my membership, the Candle Makers Collective, that is important to have different content pillars that you can rotate through. But I'm talking about, 2, 3, or 4 different content pillars, not 6, 8, 10, where it can get quite overwhelming, not only for yourself as the creator, but for your potential customers as well. So within about 3 seconds, I'm looking at an account or a website and thinking and trying to assess, what does this person actually sell? Who is it for? Like, who is the target market? And most importantly, why I should buy this product or these candles from you. And let me tell you, if I'm confused as the candle business coach who is already biased when it comes to loving candles and candle businesses, if I'm confused, your potential customers are definitely confused as well. And guess what? Confused people don't buy, which is really frustrating and can be disheartening to hear. But as I said before, this is something that we can work on, we can fix, we can improve. And once you can see these common issues on your own website and your own account, your own Instagram account or Facebook account, you can start to make the changes that I'm going to suggest throughout today's episode. Now, the second thing I'm seeing with websites is that they are very, very product focused, but not customer focused. Now, there is a big difference. A product focused website says, here are my candles, here are the scents, here's the price. But a customer-focused website talks about, here's how this candle fits into your life. Here's how this product makes you feel. Here's why you need this. Most candle makers are unintentionally selling the features, not the outcomes. And look, candles are not a logical purchase, right? They're emotional. They are steeped in wanting to have self-care and wanting to gift a product that allows the recipient to have a moment to relax and to be intentional with their time. But if your website isn't tapping into that emotional side, you're likely missing out on sales. The third issue that I'm seeing is that there's no clear journey. Your customer might land on your website and then what? There's no direction, no guidance, no next step. They're just browsing. People want a result quickly. They don't have time to browse, and browsing doesn't convert, especially if someone's gone on your Instagram account and then clicked through to the link in your bio and they've landed on your website. If they can't quickly find what they're looking for, then they will click away. You will lose that sale. And that can be really disheartening, because if someone's gotten to the stage where they've clicked through your link in your bio, or they've Googled your website, or they've found your website and it's not converting, then you're missing out on sales. You're leaving money on the table. with your website, it needs to be leading your customers somewhere, right? You need to either shop this collection or start here, or these are the best sellers, or find your scent quiz or something like that. But a lot of websites are sitting there waiting. They look beautiful. They're set up with all the different tabs, all the different menus. Everything is ready and good to go, but there's an element missing, and that's the emotional connection you need to make with your potential customers so that they can become your customers. And then of course there's a big trust factor, and this is a huge one, because if someone doesn't like your candles, if your website doesn't feel trustworthy, they won't buy from you. So things like having no reviews, no clear branding, inconsistent messaging, no about me page, no reassurance around shipping or quality or returns, anything like that, all of these factors create friction, and every bit of friction lowers your chance of a sale. It's like when you say in a post in your social media, click the link in my bio, okay? So they click the link in your bio, but then you've got 2 links in your bio, so they have to decide which link to go for. And then they click through the website, and then it's just the home page. It doesn't take them to a product page. And then they have to search around the menus to find your products. It's too many steps, too much friction. People want to find their products that they want quickly, efficiently. They don't have time to browse and to muck around on your website, essentially. If you're listening to this and thinking, yep, those points sound exactly like my website, I want you to be reassured that what I'm saying is really, really common. This isn't you failing in setting up your website. It's just a gap in your strategy, okay? And that's what we're going to help resolve for you in this episode. But also, if you're sitting here thinking, this all sounds really overwhelming, I don't even know where to start, I'm too close to my website, I'm too close to my business to be able to step back or zoom out and see what needs to be changed, that's where my Candle Business Breakthrough service comes in. And if you're looking for your own breakthrough, you can click the link in the show notes and find out all the details for how I can help you with reviewing your website and your Instagram account. Both are available in the same service, and this is available for $27. So it's not a huge investment, but the results that will come from implementing the changes that I point out to you and suggest will be huge. It's between where you are, then insert my support, advice, strategies, tips, all the things, to then making those changes yourself and then being able to see the result and starting to get those consistent orders, starting to get more regular sales. That's where your return on investment is. So let's have a talk about what actually makes a difference and what we can fix on potentially your website. Not everything will apply to your website, but these are the general things that I notice, the most frequent things that I feel need to be fixed. The first one is that clarity always wins. Within seconds of landing on your website, your potential customer should know what kind of products you sell, if they're the right person for your products or for the person that they want to gift them to, and why it matters. Now, simple messaging beats clever messaging every time. So as with most things in life, keep things simple and know that when you simplify your business, simplify your website, you're more likely to increase your sales. So simplicity is key here, and I want you to really go over every single section of your website with a fine-tooth comb, or you can ask me to do that with your own Candle Business Breakthrough. Okay, so number 2, your homepage needs to guide your potential customer, the website visitor, not just exist. You need to think of it like a path. You're not just showing products on a virtual wall, you're directing people. Start here, shop bestsellers, explore collections. Make it easy for your website visitors, your potential customers, to move forward along the journey of purchasing from you. And the next thing I see is that many candle makers will sell the candle when they really need to sell the feeling. Now, yes, you can rename your candle scents to be a particular name or a particular phrase, but if you're keeping them the same, for example, like vanilla caramel, instead of just saying vanilla caramel scented candle, particularly in the description, you want to try something like warm cozy nights with a rich vanilla caramel scent that fills your home. Because at the end of the day, you're not selling wax, you're not a candle supplier, you're a candle maker, you're a creator, you're a creative, and you're selling an experience. So you need to talk about it, right? Now, there are copywriting courses that are available that you can learn from to improve your copywriting or your writing skills. But at the end of the day, you can always look at ChatGPT to see if they can help improve or tweak what you've already come up with. The next point is to reduce the friction that your customer has. Now, we touched on this before, but I want you to ask yourself, what might make someone hesitate from purchasing right now? And whatever that friction is, whatever comes to mind, I want you to remove it. Now, for example, that could be adding in more reviews or asking past customers for their reviews so you can add them to the website, making sure you've got clear shipping information information such as shipping prices and shipping turnaround times, frequently asked questions, adding a page with all the questions that you've ever been asked, and definitely improving your product descriptions. Now, every time you tweak or look at your website and make improvements, all of those small improvements add up. So don't think that if I'm just doing one of these things, it's not going to make a difference. And also don't think that you have to do everything at once, because that in itself can be really overwhelming and that can stop you from taking action. So just do these steps one by one rather than trying to tackle everything at once. The last thing I want to touch on is consistency, and that's consistency between your website, your Instagram, your messaging. All of these elements need to feel aligned, because when everything feels cohesive, people will trust you, and trust, my friend, leads to sales, and sales leads to more income for you and your family and more profit. Now, here's the thing, and I mentioned this before, it's really hard to see the potential issues or potential friction points in your own business because you're so close to it, right? You know your products too well, you understand your brand, you know what they mean, you're an expert on all the fragrances you offer and the different wax and why you chose that wax and all these other elements. But guess what? Your customer doesn't know those things. And honestly, they're not as passionate about your business as you are. And that's the case for all of us, right? Like, we're the pioneers of our own business. We're the biggest cheerleaders of our own business. Customers want to come in, connect with you, they want to purchase from you and then check out and then move on with their day. If your customers aren't feeling all of those elements, they won't purchase from you, or your potential customers rather. And that's exactly why I created the Candle Business Breakthrough. Now, I did mention this before, but I want to talk about it again because it's a really important service that I'm now offering, and it will help diagnose the issues that are happening with your website, with your Instagram, with your messaging. If there's none of that cohesion happening, I can help to reduce those friction points for you. So with the Candle Business Breakthrough, I review your website and your Instagram, and I show you exactly what's not working, what's confusing your customers, where you're losing sales, and most importantly, what you need to change to fix it. There's no guessing, no overthinking, just clear feedback to help you improve your website and your Instagram moving forward. Because honestly, sometimes you don't need to work harder, right? You just need to fix what's already there. It's not reinventing the wheel. It's not redoing the entire website. It's not starting another Instagram account. It's about focusing and fixing on what's already there. It's these small tweaks that make a real big difference over time. It's these 1%ers that help make a difference with your sales. And if you're struggling with inconsistent sales, and if your website isn't converting the way you want it to, then this is your sign, my friend. Now, the link in the show notes is there for you, or you can head to my Instagram and send me a DM saying that you're interested in the breakthrough, and I'll send you all of the details. And honestly, this is one of the fastest ways to unlock more sales in your candle business without creating more products, without posting more content, and most importantly, without burning yourself out. So my friend, that is everything in today's episode. If you have any questions about the Candle Business Breakthrough or the podcast in general, you can always come to my Instagram at Candle Business Coach. My DMs are always open, so I'm happy to have a chat with you and guide you as to how I can support you, what might be missing in your business, and how we can get more customers and more potential customers to turn into customers for you and your business and your candle making journey. So thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I'm so grateful for you and I appreciate your time, and I will catch you in the next episode. Thank you, my friend, for listening to this episode. Check out the show notes for all the links mentioned throughout the conversation, and please subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any future episodes.